Wait, watch to the end. Don't miss this video. It's simply amazing. Just like you. If you're watching it now, you're already part of something global and important. And naturally, before anything happens, you need to subscribe to this channel and not miss anything important. I'm not kidding. One tap and it's done. Good. Now hit the like button. Because the more likes this video gets, the more people will see it, and the world will be a better place.
I just got the barbershop. Look, wild hair everywhere. Alright, so boom. And this is why I be so suspicious about people who take pictures and they don't show teeth. Let me tell y'all why. Let me tell you what was my experience. Met a shorty online. What's going on? Oh, I need gas. Met a shorty online, right? All her pictures was like, that was how all her pictures was, right? So at this time, because I wasn't suspicious of anything, I didn't think nothing of it. We exchanged numbers. I go to FaceTime her. Now, not making fun of the person in this situation, that other person. Difficult to deal with this particular situation because I didn't even know how to explain it, but it was like all her teeth, I don't know how it happens, but all her teeth up here were like rotted. And it was like spaces, but they were still like, the sides of the teeth were still rooted in, but there were spaces, it's black, all on top of the teeth. So when she smiled, it caught me off guard, like on FaceTime. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, God forgive me, I just didn't respond back to her ever again. Cause I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to ask her, or like, I just didn't know what to say to that. And that's why, now look, I watch videos, I zoom in on the video, what's going on. What do you got in there? Do you have anything in there?
I just got home from a date and I am nothing short of livid. This was our second date. We go on our second date. It's like 10 p.m. because that's like once he got off work and I was like making myself available. We have a meal. We share a meal. I didn't even get my own meal. $41. Let's make that known. Then he's like, hey, do you want to go get a drink after? Okay, great. We go have a drink. We have a couple drinks. And the bartender's like, oh, same tab? He's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, cool. Thank you. And I said, thanks for the meal and the beers. We walk outside. I'm expecting him to like kiss me. Right? He goes, oh, do you want to go back to my place? It's already 1:30 at this point. And that's just like not really my vibe. So I was like, no, it's getting late. Not tonight. Looks at me. Hold on, let me take my glasses off. He looks at me and goes, okay, and turns around and walks to his car. Okay, so I go to my car and I'm thinking, okay, so we're probably done. Like, he probably just wanted to like have sex with me.
Tell me about your worst date ever. I'll go first. I went on a date with this guy in 2012 that I met on Plenty of Fish. Please don't judge. I know Plenty of Fish, but it was a long time ago. Seemed like a nice dude, offered to pick me up, take me to dinner and a movie. And I'm like, that seems safe enough, but I felt a little funny about getting in the car. And he's like, I really want to show you my car. I just restored it. It's a muscle car. I'm really proud of it. Like, I'm a safe driver. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. Like, can I just pick you up? I agree. Against my better judgment, I agree. So he picks me up, I get in the car, and I realize that he does not have a chest belt. He only has a lap belt. And I'm like, you're being paranoid. Just let it go. We're going less than like 2 miles from your home. So we go get some dinner. Everything is fine. We get in the car. We're going to go to the movie. The movie is like maybe a quarter mile away. So we're stopped at a blinking yellow arrow to take a left. And he just pulls forward, panics midway, and then stops. And I turn to look at him and I'm like, why are you stopping? And then I look to my right and see headlights. And I'm out. I am unconscious. And I remember thinking to myself, this is how I die. Okay, this is how I die. But I didn't, obviously. So I wake up and it's loud and my face hurts and I can't see anything and my eyes are burning. Turns out the vehicle that hit us was a Jeep Cherokee that hit my side of the car at 50 miles an hour and my head took out the window. And the loud noise, jaws of life. And I couldn't see because there was blood in my eyes. Turns out that actually burns. So they cut me out of the car. It's excruciating to get me out. And at this point, the shock has worn off and now I can feel everything. Everything. I shattered my femur.
Listen to me. So listen to me. Huh? Listen. I'm gonna call you back in 30 minutes. And you better have answers.
I almost got murdered today, and this is what happened. I matched with this guy on Bumble. We talk, like, exchange a few messages back and forth, and then we switched to WhatsApp. We decided to go on a date, so he planned one for today. When I asked him to send me what bar we're going to, he sent me a postcode, and he was like, meet here. So I googled the postcode, and I put on maps, and it was like flats. There was like a residential street, so I was like, what is this? I don't want to meet here, like, can we just meet at the bar? No, he was like, no, just meet me here, we can walk together. And I was like, can I just please meet you at the bar? And again, he was just like, just meet me here. Obviously, I was still gonna go to the bar. He eventually told me the bar's name. And I am coming, well, I was supposed to be in the office today, so I would have been coming from wherever my office is. And he chose a place that's like an hour away by tube. And it's a Tuesday, so I didn't really want to do that. I was like, that's too far. I don't want to be back late and then end up having to take like a really expensive Uber back to my house. And he was like, it's not far at all. Like, just walk across the bridge and then you can tube to one stop, which it wasn't. It would still take me about an hour.
So I met this guy on Bumble who was exactly my type. We started talking, getting to know each other, and he texted me to come over. So I'm like, okay, I'm on my way. Well, I'm driving into downtown Nashville when I get a text from him that he's like, hey, I'm running like 10 minutes behind at work, so I'm gonna be a little later than I thought. If you just like want to drive around a little bit before you come to my apartment. I was like, okay, cool, no worries. Well, 10 minutes turns into 20 minutes, and 20 minutes turns into 40 minutes. I reach 40 minutes of driving around. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go park somewhere at his apartment complex. I can't be driving around this late at night in Nashville. When I'm parked, I call my roommate. I'm like, hey, I have been like waiting on this guy for like 40 minutes. It's so weird. It's so suspicious. Should I like just leave? Should I just come back home? She's like, yeah, girl, like that sounds super weird. What's his name? So I tell her his name. She goes, okay, I don't want to scare you, but if you've ever been on the Are We Dating the Same Guy Nashville, this dude's like all over there. And she sends me a Reddit thread with his allegations. So I'm sitting at his apartment complex in the middle of the night, in the middle of Nashville, reading this Reddit thread of allegations from this guy who I'm supposed to be seeing. And I'm like, I have to go home. Like, wow, I can't do this. This is so scary. All of a sudden, I get a knock on my window. It's him. He opens my car door. He's like, hey, so great to see you. I have this Reddit thread like on my phone. I'm like, hey, oh my God, I am scared for my life, but I'm like, I'm already here. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to set him off. I don't know how he would react. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go in, be nice, leave as soon as I can.
This is why I deleted my Tinder and why every single girl watching this needs to delete her Tinder too. This happened a few years ago and I honestly consider myself so incredibly lucky to be alive after experiencing this. I was living in New York City at the time and I matched with a guy who, for the entire time we were talking, he was really aggressively trying to get me to go out with him. And eventually I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let this guy take me out on a date. Maybe I'm just being judgmental. Maybe he's not being desperate. Maybe he's just putting in an effort. So the day of the date rolls around and he tells me that he wants to take me out to a restaurant that is a bit of a hidden gem and is a little bit outside of the city in an area of Westchester called Yonkers. And even though he offered to drive me, I was like, no, it's all good. I actually had my own car in New York City, so I agreed to meet up with him. Now, I feel like an absolute idiot because I didn't even Google this place before I went. So on the night of the date, I'm driving to this place. I put it into my GPS and it's really weird because as soon as I see it in the GPS, it says that the place is closed. So I text my date and I'm like, hey, I just put this place into the GPS and it is telling me that it is actually closed. To which he replies, oh no, don't worry. They're really bad at updating their hours. This is the part where I should have just been like, oh hell no, and I should have canceled the date. But somehow I decided it would be a good idea to get in my car and drive 40 minutes to Yonkers for a date with a guy. So after 40 minutes of driving in traffic, I arrive at this place in Yonkers. I pull up to the building and I quickly realize that there is nobody in the parking lot and that indeed this business is really close.
Oh yeah, one more thing. If y'all see me on Love Island, mind your fucking business, bitch. I'm trying to find love, bitch. Y'all had y'all motherfucking chance.
First date story time, except I almost died. I wish I was kidding. Me and this guy, obviously same old Snapchatting, talking for a little while. He's actually from Texas, but is working in New Orleans. Well, New Orleans is like
an hour, 20 minutes from me, including the New Orleans traffic. So what better, more safe place is there to meet a stranger? At first I was thinking, let's do a little Sunday date, like go through the French Quarter, through Bourbon Street, all of that, because I really do love doing that. Plus, Sunday's a little more rated G for New Orleans. Not really, but kinda. If such thing exists. But then I was getting impatient. I was like, nah, let's meet tonight, as in Saturday. Side note, his job literally is like, they get one day off every now and then, like one Sunday off, and then they'll work through a full week, and then the next Sunday they have off. So most of the time he's working like almost 14 days in a row. All of this to say, his work friends wanted to go out as well. Well, first time meeting and all, I'm not opposed to meeting like in a group setting. So that's what.
Horror date story of when I got catfished. One of many times, actually. This happened a long time ago, but so pretty much I was talking to this one girl through the DMs, etc. for quite some time and all that, right? So from obviously your Instagram profile, you know, you see the pictures, you see the stories, you see all of that, right? And me, myself, I have a lot of pictures of like my face, my body, everything. So you can pretty much see how I am. And what you see is what you're going to get in person, right? And I thought the same thing with this chick, right? She went to the gym. She had very good photos of her face and her body. She was fit, or so I thought. No shade to my oversized queens out there, but me personally, I like somebody with the same habits that I do, right? So anyway, so I get her number, and then we start FaceTiming because I want to make sure that, you know, she is who she is and she looks from her face the way her pictures look like, right? So we FaceTime, and she.
What happened to your eye? I just have really bad hay fever, so they go a bit bloodshot and swollen sometimes. The pollen this year is just absolutely wild.
I had something so crazy happen to me on a date that I think it might actually be an original experience. Just a disclaimer, I have quite literally never talked about a date on TikTok before, but this story deserves a story time. So we had made plans to go to Cabra for dinner, and he picked me up. We find parking, we go up to the restaurant. The restaurant's like super, super crowded. They seat us on like the outdoor heated patio, but already starting to get nicer out, and so it was kind of hot out there because all the heaters were on. Both of us are literally starving. It took so long to get parking, so we're like, okay, let's just like throw in some apps, whatever. Like, we don't even look at the drink menu. Order 2 appetizers just to throw something in, and then I feel like I recognize someone. You know that feeling you get when like you see someone from your past and you are like, holy fuck. And I don't trust my eyesight very well because I don't have very good eyes. So I'm like really squinting to make sure that this is the person. And it in fact is. You might be thinking, oh, did you run into your ex? That's so awkward. I actually wish that I had run into my ex. Sitting at a table less than 10 feet away from us was none other than my estranged father, who I haven't seen since I was 12. Same father who ghosted me for 7 of those years and then randomly appeared in my Instagram DMs.
So I was dating a guy and it ended in us being kicked out of a Dave & Buster's. Well, not us, him specifically. Okay, so you know how they say like to break up with someone in public? And I was like, okay, so we had been seeing each other, I don't know, not long, just talking for like a month. We had gone out a few times. I wasn't really feeling it. So we were supposed to go to a Dave & Buster's, and I was like, all right, we'll meet there. It'll be fun. We'll have a couple drinks, and I'll just be like, hey, I think we're just friends, whatever. So we're sitting there. I'm like a drink in, not even. We had just ordered the second one. We didn't order food, anything. And I paid. I was like, I'm not going to make this awkward. So he started talking about something like he wanted to go away for the weekend or whatever. And I was like, hey, you know, I just think that we're better as friends. And he was like, flabbergasted. Like, he was like, what? Like, he was so instantly fucking mad. And up until this point, he was like super sweet and super nice. And I was like shocked with how like angry he got. And it wasn't like he was like drunk or anything. Like, he just instantly got angry when I said it. And I was like, yeah, I like hanging out with you. This is a lot of fun. I definitely won't, like, we can go play games.